All right, this is going to be about how to create a good mix. I'm going to refer to something called the sonic sandwich. All right, so first I want you to think of a sandwich. All right, the most perfect, amazing, best, I don't, vegetarian or not, I just want you to think of it. This is like the perfect idea of a sandwich, right? You want bread, you want dressing, you want meat, you want lettuce, you want tomato, you want the whole package, right? Perfect sandwich. Now, if you went to this place to order a perfect sandwich and they gave it to you and it was really skimpy on the meat or really skimpy on the lettuce and tomato and just too much bread, well, you would be upset because it wasn't a well-balanced, well-rounded sandwich, right? You had way too much of item A and not enough of item B, C, D. I want you to think of the band as that setting, all right? So for sonically in the room, right, we want to have a full, hearty, healthy mix of everything. We don't want too much tomato, all right, on a nice, well-rounded sandwich, meaning we also don't want too much piano, electric guitar, drums. We don't want to overkill the whole sandwich or the whole ensemble with just one instrument or just one ingredient. Okay, so I hope that kind of is translating. What you'd like to do is you'd like to make sure that you have everything felt that's supposed to be felt and everything heard that's supposed to be heard. Okay, so usually what people do is they start off with the drums, which is why drums are the first set foundation of the mix. Make sure your drums sound nice and full. Rehearsal on Wednesdays and Thursdays, if you have drums, that's what rehearsal is for, to rehearse and make sure you have a nice mix. So when you sound check on Sunday morning, everything's working, everyone's woke up, everyone knows what to do, everyone has the plan ready for Sunday. But on Wednesday night, that's the night to, hey, I need some time. Let me make sure the drums sound good. Use that rehearsal time to do just that. You're also rehearsing as the sound front of house, mixing engineer, whatever phrase you want to use. Okay. So you want to make sure across the stage we have a nice, good mix. I'd start with the drums. I'd make a good foundation of the drums again. Have it set nice to your ear, and then have everything sent to the group. And then you can pull the group up or down depending as you need. Okay. Then we have piano and keys. I personally like to make sure that the drums are matching the bass at that point. So I would make sure bass is going to go in with the drums, and I would mix bass to a nice, good sound. Again, bass is going to probably be grouped with instruments here or guitars. It's whatever you prefer. And again, you can obviously change that by, if you don't want bass in group 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 instruments. If you want bass with guitars, you can switch from group 4. No, I don't want a group 4, I want it in group 8. Or what is that, 7? All right. And you know what? I did like it better with Ableton and the same grouping as that. So I'm going to put it back in group 4. So you can just do that exactly as you need fit. So whatever you're selecting, you can mix and choose whatever you'd like it to be in. I would mix drums and bass together, and then I would throw in keys and Ableton. That's going to be a lot of your bottom. All right, that's basically everything that's also going in the subs. I like to set my subs and my foundation first. I like to think of the drums and bass as kind of like the bread and a little bit of the meat. All right, and then I like to think of that with bass. Keys it's a weird thing because it's a lot of sound. It's a lot of prettiness. It's a lot of lead. It's a lot of the like hook. You know, like the that's usually played by the keys line, right? That's that Phil Wickham song. It's also guitar and keys kind of layer that. It's an embellishment sort of sound, like the hook, tag, lick sounds. So I like to put those as like the main foundations. Then I like to throw in electric. All right, that's kind of to me like lettuce, tomato is electric and piano. And then I like to throw in the acoustic. Acoustic to me is one of those things that's heard, but it's not the front end unless someone is leading by acoustic and it's a really slow, quiet part. Think of the song From the Inside Out. I know it's an old one's throwback. From the Inside Out from Hillsong starts off with a pad on the keys. Excuse me. Pad on the keys and acoustic guitar for like the whole first verse. And then electric guitar kind of comes in, drums kind of come in, and then by the time the song's hitting, you can feel the acoustic guitar, but you can't really hear the acoustic guitar. And that just kind of comes with mixing and understanding how stuff goes. And then lastly, obviously at the top of everything should be the vocalists. Again, church, you need to have a nice full sound for the room to feel good, for people to feel confident to sing along. But again, the main spotlight, if you want to use that phrase, is the singers. The singers are leading congregation. So they are leading in sound, they're leading the words, they're leading the lyrics. So those need to be at the top. All right. If you set a good volume with drums sound good and full, throw everything in and make sure everything sounds nice and even. What I like to do as I'm mixing, I wait till we get to a nice big full part of a song, right? And I look around the room and I say, can I hear and feel the drums? Can I hear and feel the bass? Can I hear and feel Ableton? Ableton's very important. It does a lot of other/missing components on stage. All right, so make sure Ableton is in the mix. You can hear it and feel it. If you can't really feel some of these instruments, keys, Ableton, bass, drums, that's probably a lot in the subs. All right, and I know we're far away, but it's okay. We have a decibel reader up here, kind of get second opinions, walk around the room, see how it feels. Up here is very different than how it sounds down there. While you're mixing, walk around the room. Once all those foundations, I look, okay, can I feel the piano? Can I feel electric? I don't know if I'm supposed to feel the electric. I probably should just be hearing the electric, but it shouldn't be overkill. It should be nice. Can I feel acoustic? All right, now background singers. Background singers are supporting the vocalist, all right? They should never overshadow the lead vocalist, ever. So you need to make sure that in that moment they are supporting, right? They're a supportive background role. Make sure they support the lead vocalist. So make sure your these handhelds or background vocal things setting is kind of underneath the main vocalist. All right, that can be tricky when singers go off like 1 and 2 if they sing a duetish sort of song together, and then at the top should be your main vocalist. Okay, so that's how to set a good sound. Hopefully those images on the video helped you. Sorry I don't have a band here to mix with to give you an example, but just listen to the tracks that they're rehearsing before you show up on Wednesday night, so you have an idea of how full it's supposed to sound. Listen to it in your car. You can kind of crank it. That way you can hear a full, surrounded, immersive sort of sound of what that song is going to be. Okay.